Riff and Russ.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Riff and Russ.
I wonder if anybody yet has clapped. I'm going to say
while they're watching at home. We
I'm
encourage you to.
Yeah, we encourage a lot of things, but I'm sure not doing it. So, what's the topic today, Russ? What are we chatting about?
Well, we had viewer suggestions on what we should talk about, and someone wanted to know how me and you met.
Yes, along with some other hobbies as well as the second.
Right, kind of gaming related, or I guess not. Hobbies that are kind of gaming related. I guess they were
just other hobbies that aren't the things we do besides sit here and be nerds. What else do we do in life?
Right. Learn about us, basically.
Yeah. So, Russ, how did we meet? I had a hard time remembering exactly where to pinpoint how we met.
Well, not physically yet, but I know we met obviously through YouTube, watching each other's videos. I remember watching your game hunting videos and commenting on that and seeing your channel grow, and you guys had we just reached 1,000 subscribers, or 5,000, and
on my old channel,
right, on Retro Liberty.
Yeah.
And then we got friendly where I was like, hey, I want to send you guys some cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I sent you a few packages.
Yep. Yeah, that's how it started. I remember you just sent us something, and then I started to recognize your name. Then I started to watch your channel, and I was like, oh shoot, this guy's legit. This guy knows what he's doing. So we started watching you. We started watching each other. We became friends over the internet, which is kind of a harder thing to do. But we did meet a few years back for the first time at a convention.
Right. It was at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo.
Yeah, man. That was awesome. It was just so cool. It's so weird, too, when you meet somebody that you've been talking to so much. There is no, there's no gap of, it's kind of weird because we don't know each other. But it's, almost like a continuation of your conversations you've been having.
Right, so I remember too, I was walking around the convention dressed in my Jason, NES Jason cosplay, and I just hear you singing my theme song.
That's how I like to greet people, with song.
So yeah, and it was awesome to meet face to face. That's when I met Gabbo as well. Gabbo was there.
That's crazy. You met Gabbo the same day you met me, and he was so much newer. So it took us a long time to meet. Because
I had known you probably for 2-3 years before that.
Yep.
Going back, but I just had never flown out. Portland's, I'm on Connecticut, so it's completely opposite side of the United States to be out that way.
Yep.
And then we met again at Southeast Game Exchange back in
and then again.
I think it was, and then again this past year, Southeast Game Exchange.
Thank God for conventions.
I know. I'm happy they're back.
But so Russ, this is a great leeway, a great segue.
Right.
If speaking of conventions, what are your other hobbies to where you may even go to a convention of something else? Different hobbies, different avenues that aren't gaming related.
Right.
Let's go. I got a whole bunch of things I'm into besides just games, so you go first, though.
Well, I would say the obvious one, seeing on my channel, is car stuff. I drive a Super Mario car.
Yeah. So, Russ, have you always been heavily into car mods and the car world before gaming and all that?
Yeah. I mean, my very first car was a Volkswagen Golf. I think it was in 86. And I remember putting the Batman symbol, because it was a blue car. And I put the Batman symbol on the doors because I was really into Batman.
Nice.
And then after that, I got a Honda Civic. And Honda Civics are so easy to mod. They're super easy to work on.
Yep.
And that was probably around the time when the Fast and Furious came out.
Yep.
And then so everyone was kind of seeing those flashy cars.
Yeah.
And kind of I want to do that to my car. And just learning. It was so YouTube where I was actually on forums and just looking at pictures and conversation on how to mod my car essentially.
Wow. Crazy. So my brother Russ is huge car modifier, car modification. He worked at a place called Robotech his whole life, and that was his whole world. And that's why I laughed when you said Honda Civic, because I've probably seen 19 different versions of him having Honda Civics in our driveway. And he still to this day, he's a mechanic. That's what he does for a living. But car mods for him is where it all started. And that was a huge part of his life. So I got to witness car mod stuff without ever actually being into it for 10 years of my life. So
nice.
Pretty
yeah.
cool.
And then, eventually, I would go to car shows.
Yep.
And I started theming the car around Nintendo. I would see like an Xbox in a car or a PlayStation 2, and I was like, no one does Nintendo, like old school Nintendo. So that's where that theme started going, and then eventually evolved into the Mario Kart.
Yeah. All right, I'll jump into one of mine, and again, isn't whether it's collecting or whatnot, but in the world of VHS. I know I've mentioned that before, but funny enough, I have two sitting right in front of me. Oh, and they're both sealed. Ooh.
Nice.
Huge into VHS. It's funny, I always watched VHS, but I feel like I never thought about actually like collecting them or owning them until watching the movie The Ring. Just because the whole basis of this movie was around this VHS tape, and I'm also into horror, which could be a whole nother topic, but it just kind of piqued my interest for actual physical VHS tapes again. I wouldn't say I necessarily started collecting them right after that movie, but I feel like that's where the physical aspect of holding VHS is. We're like, oh yeah, I like that. I want to do that someday again.
Right.
So,
yeah. I mean, I too myself enjoy collecting the VHS tapes.
Yeah.
I can't have as many out on display due to the constrictions of the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys see my past video, it's just I found a VHS tape of me recording.
I know, bro.
Gameplay footage.
I know. I saw it. And I left a comment asking which of those are for sale.
All the goodness in there. Yeah, I have quite a few of like. You know, the Ninja Turtle VHSs, some Super Mario.
I was looking at the Konami Players Guides one, because I have a couple of them back here, but I didn't have the one I saw in your video, and I was like, is that for sale?
I think I have 1 and 2. Like, the first one I have the slipcover for, and the second one is just the tape, and it's in a regular,
I don't know what mine is.
Cover.
I don't know. All right, what else, Russ? Yeah,
I was going to say, those are so, like, cringy to watch, like with the voiceover.
You know what? They are cringy. You should get rid of them and give them to me. I agree. Super cringy. Get them out of your house. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's next,
All
Russ?
right, jumping on another hobby. I would say we have this one in common.
Ooh.
Music.
Yeah.
We both used to be in bands.
Yes, sir. Music was huge, man. So, have you always been a big music head before you were in a band, or did like getting into a band make you more of a music head?
Yeah, I would say that's like the way I got into it. One of my friends got a guitar, then I was like, "Oh, okay, you know, I want to learn guitar too." But you know, my mom couldn't afford guitar lessons, so it was kind of like he learned something, and then show me kind of what he learned, and I'd play off of that.
Got it. So everybody has, this isn't saying what's your favorite band by any mean, but what was like the band you learned most of the songs first to kind of like get into, like, I'm a guitar player. What did you kind of learn?
It was the band Bush from the
Bush,
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Machine Head, Glycerine,
Got
Little Things.
Machine Head. Yeah, man.
So good. I had long hair, you know, back as he was like my go-to idol, like long hair, want to be Gavin. Learned his songs and, you know, just playing and singing along to the CD.
Yeah.
Was super excited. And then it sort of strayed away from that, you know, alternative music where, like, Blink-182 came out, New Found Glory, in the pop-punk era. And I was like, oh, I think this is more kind of my style. At least for my singing voice fits more with pop-punk.
Yeah. I would say for me, too, I probably learned pop-punk first, like Green Day and Blink-182. And then once I became a little more seasoned with my like rhythm guitar skills, I got really into Dave Matthews Band as far as learning his chord progressions, because he was always very intricate and never like, oh, just go C, D, E minor. No, it was like weird rhythms and almost like finger testing skills, you know, to where it was also very hard to sing when I first started playing with his chord progressions, because it wasn't just like hold a chord and strum. It was like
right, almost like scales
the whole way through, and you're like, wow. So it was good. It was very good for me musically to learn how, and I did love his music, by the way. So
nice. Yeah. I mean, we definitely stuck with, like I said, Blink. All the bands like we were playing with, it's like everyone's gonna cover Damn It or like the classics that they play. But we put out a few CDs. Our stuff is still on iTunes currently.
Nice.
Saturday Matinee was the name of the band. So we have our regular CD, and we actually put out a Christmas CD.
That's amazing. Christmas
so
is
that's
my
coming
favorite.
up. If you guys want to save it in your playlist, you can listen to me sing some Christmas tunes.
That's amazing. That's how I want to live my life, listening to Russ sing me Christmas carols. I'll jump into a next one for me. A hobby that I'm into, and these are just like big interests, for me and you, is like crime docs.
Okay.
Crime documentaries. I love anything that's real, that took place, that actually happened. I'm so much more involved in. Yeah, I like horror, and I like the crazy, and I like the weird, but I love like serial killer confessions and like exorcism stuff. I know that makes me a little bit of a weirdo, but I love that stuff. I've probably said it here or somewhere, but my grandpa was an exorcist, so it was like, I don't know, it's like ingrained in my brain that I want to know like the details of what happens when someone's mad or they're crazy or they're insane or they're whatever. So,
right.
I don't know.
We just watched we finished a documentary of the Night Stalker.
Oh yeah. That was a great one.
Did you see that one? Yeah.
Yeah, that was Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the aesthetic. Like, it was all definitely like, with
super
the hot
like
pinks
Hotline
and like
Miami
neons.
looking, yeah. I love how they're like making it like look cool. You're like, dude, that's so rad. This guy murdered so many people,
Well, they even had it in the documentary that people were showing up to the trial as like, they liked him. They were like fans, like, oh, like this guy's cool.
It happens a lot, dude.
Almost.
Again, being someone who watches
and girls were writing into him and like wanted to be with him while he was in prison and like, I'm like, you know what he done?
And he wasn't even like a good looking dude. He was more like a little bit weird looking, but like a lot of times serial killers are like good looking dudes, so to say. So the whole aspect of like girls and like fandom for these people is like pretty common.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I would jump on, speaking of good looking and serial killers, we just finished up watching Dexter again.
Oh, yeah. I love Dexter, man.
There's a new season supposed to be dropping in November. So we're all right, let's watch the last season to kind of get caught up again.
I went to Rita's house. It's in Long Beach where I work.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I just went there and looked at it, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool to see. I won't say anything about what happened to Rita, but we'll move on in case someone hasn't seen it. But yeah.
I would say other stuff that I do watch. Maybe I'll get made fun of, but I do like Dragon Ball Z. I don't watch a ton of anime, but I watch Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super.
No, there is so much more. I am not into anime, but I know the crossover between gamers and comic book people and us nerd type people. Anime is giant, so you're not gonna get mocked, bro. If anything,
right.
people are probably saying, finally.
People are like, you're fake. You only watch Dragon Ball for anime. There's One Piece and so many other ones. But I'm like, I mean, that was the one that was readily available on like, you're watching it on Toonami after you get home from school, and then it was on I think Adult Swim possibly for a little bit.
Well, that's
and
like
I had to finish the series online.
That's like telling a gamer they're like, oh, you're not a real gamer because you only play Mario games. Like, yeah, you are. That's That's fine. I'm sure. So yeah. But all right, Russ, what's another one of your hobbies or interests?
Besides, I mean, I'm definitely into like DIY stuff. You're always a
project guy.
Yeah, tinkering, and I have so many projects currently going on. I'm working on now turning my scooter into a rideable like Yoshi.
Dude, that is cool. I made like awesome.
A head that goes where the headlight is. That's Yoshi's head. And I've been painting it all bright green. So I'm going to be finishing that up. I think the first video is going to be up Tuesday. I'm going to do a two-part just because it's so long. So I've been working on that. And
you got to do something. You got to do something where you have to hit it in the back of the head to turn on the headlights.
Well, I was thinking maybe those like party favors that are like blows
out. Oh, yeah.
You could set something up with that with Yoshi's tongue coming out.
I like that. Right?
But I do have sound effects in my Mario Kart that I put speakers in the bumpers that make different Mario sound effects. So I'm like, I could probably transfer that to the scooter so I can hit it to say like Yoshi.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yoshi.
I'm hoping to finish it up soon because I am in Connecticut and it's going to be getting colder soon. So scooter weather will be diminishing. So I'm like, I want to get out there and ride it. Yep. And I do have to get I want to get a yellow cape when I'm
sick. Oh yeah, dude, you have to fly that flag, bro. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Russ, I got another one that both you and I are into, a hobby. I wouldn't say I love doing it. Well, I do love it, but I also do it because I kind of have to. Running.
Running, yes.
Yeah, we are both runners. Russ and I will send each other, little screenshots once in a while when we track what we're doing or whatnot. But what's your average, Russ? I like to say I do 6 miles a day, but if I had to really be honest with myself, my average would probably do closer to like 5-ish miles a day.
Yeah, when I do my routine on the boardwalk, I live near the beach and there's a boardwalk, so I'll do it like down and back is I think 3 miles, and then if I do down and back and go up and down the piers,
got it.
That adds I think another mile or mile and a half.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I like to run on the sand itself because then that adds difficulty because you're moving all around.
It's good for your knees too.
Ab workout.
Yeah,
right. That's what's been killer. Like my shins and knees, like running on the cement.
Yeah,
I'm like, let me try to just cruise on the beach for a while.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and it's so good for you. I mean, I think as gamers, that's something that like never people don't like to talk about as much. But it's like staying, whether it doesn't have to be running, but just like staying in shape. I mean, our main hobby involves us sitting on our butt. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like we gotta move. We gotta stay as agile as you can because we're getting older, especially if you're retro gamers like us.
Right.
We're not getting any younger. So.
And I try to keep up with it too, where I went out to Portland for the Retro Gaming Expo, and I got up early and went running.
Good for you.
Before I went to the convention, or when I go to too many games.
Yep.
I try to all right, let me still get my exercise in. This way, your blood flow's good, you're loosed up, and you're ready. You're gonna be walking around a convention all day. Yeah. It's going to take its toll.
I remember being like I can't remember what convention it was, but I remember the gym was like kind of by the entrance to the lobby, and it was like glass doors, and everybody could see me working out. And the amount of looks I got from people like, why are you working out in a convention? Like, like take a break, chill. And I'm like, no, this is like, this is when you need, you're probably going to be eating worse than you ever have in your life this weekend, You don't want to get clogged up right here in the heart,
Right.
But all right, Russ, what else?
I will say I just started getting into, Steph ended up getting us kayaks.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I kayak a lot.
So going kayaking, yeah. I only went once, maybe last year or 2 years ago. My friend had one.
Nice.
And we're right by the beach now, so we can drag them to the beach. It's definitely a lot different doing it in the ocean compared to like a lake. Got it. You have a lot of the waves coming in.
We paddleboard a lot down here.
I see people doing that. I haven't tried that yet.
It's easy. It's super easy. I promise.
Right.
You probably won't.
But I was like, this way, I got my running, so I got my feet workout, and then kayaking.
Heck yeah, dude.
You can stay.
Good job.
Upper body strength.
I like it.
Nice.
All right, you're up, Russ.
Let's see. What else? I'm trying to think. Hobbies.
I got a ton. If you want me to jump in.
Yeah, jump on while I contemplate.
I wouldn't say this revolves around gaming. I guess you could say it could. Skateboarding, that's huge for me. Sure.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk, whatever you want to say to make it revolve around gaming. But yeah, man, skateboarding, and I think there's a lot of people. If you grew up like when we did, your 30s, your 40s, even maybe late 20s. I mean, in that like 80s, 90s era, skateboarding was huge, and
yeah. Oh yeah.
It became such a desired thing, even if you weren't good at it. Luckily, I have to admit, in high school, it's crazy where skateboarding's at now. Right. But in my days of high school, we were genuinely looked at as like some of the best skateboarders in like Huntington Beach, California, and Costa Mesa, California. We were at the contest. We could do the big tricks at the time, the
right
kickflip, crooked grind down a 6-stair handrail, all that stuff. And back then, that was like, dude, heck yeah, that's big time tricks. Now it's
right.
Now it's
people are pushing it so much further, and
it's part of a run now. It's like that's their start trick of the run. I'm like, son of a gun.
Like, all right, 1 point for that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, cool, bro. But yeah, and you skated a little bit, right?
Yeah. I had a skateboard growing up, in the 80s because my cousins skateboard. So a lot of times, so I would stay at my dad's on the weekend.
Yeah.
And he lived with my cousins.
Got it.
And they ended up getting made a half pipe.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to go on it so bad, but they wouldn't let me. Dang. So I waited till they went out, and I was like, I'm going to go on the half pipe.
Yep.
So I tried to drop in and scraped my knee.
Well, at least you tried.
I tried. But I never got that great. Even trying to ollie, I think, I just ended up pushing off and skating around like that staying on the board.
There's a lot of YouTubers. Like I saw a Happy Console Gamer put out footage a long time ago of him skating, and it was actually pretty impressive. Did you know a channel called FU Game Crew?
No, I can't say I watched that.
Oh, there was a retro channel a while back that I watched, and then I saw some of their skating videos like randomly, and I was like, these guys kill it, like to this day, and they're not even like that's not part of their thing, but
yeah.
A few others too. I know RGT skated. Ricky tried to skate and hurt himself every time, but that's okay. So, you know, but yeah, so.
I wonder if how many you I saw you just ended up picking up that Tony
Rail.
Hawk skate
the ride
thing.
Yeah, it's back there somewhere over there. Yeah, that thing was cool.
I wonder how that translates to if you skate it like.
I think it's going to translate bad because when I tried it back in the day, I hated it but then again, I was looking at it from the aspect of like a skater, you know. I want to look at it in the mode of like, okay, I'm a gamer and I want to have fun and see if it's fun, you know.
Well, that takes me back to like, so I tried to play Rock Band and Guitar Hero and all that, and I play guitar, but like playing that game, like I was terrible, like trying to.
I'm not gonna lie, I am very good at Rock Band.
Yeah,
I definitely was an
not
expert.
so much.
Yeah. Oh,
really?
Yeah. I was really good so I moved out at 18, and the first thing I did, and Ricky remembers, I went out with Ricky and bought the biggest screen TV available at that time. Whatever, I don't know, like a 65 or back then. 18, moved out, got a big old TV, and I went and bought a PlayStation 2 and Rock Band. Nice. And that's what or was it PlayStation 3? Maybe whatever it was. And I bought Rock Band, and every night I would play freaking just butt naked in the living room. Just going ham doing the helicopter.
Got strobes going.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. And I think I left my blinds open too because I was like 18 and I didn't care. I was like, whatever. I don't care if the neighbors see.
I'm putting on the show.
Yeah, putting on the Ritz. So, all right, what else you got, Russ?
Wow. So, for my job, I don't know if people know, but I work in the bakery at Costco. Yep. So cake decorating is actually
cool.
A hobby. I do have, I know at least one video I put on my YouTube channel of me doing a cheesecake, and it's a Metroid theme. Like I made like a Metroid with like strawberries and gel and stuff like that. But I do like decorating cakes. I made David Apuzzo's 40th birthday cake with Mario. It's like almost like Mario 2 design, like an older Mario design that we found. That. He always wears the T-shirt. It's like a circle and it has Mario kind of jumping out. So I did that.
That's awesome.
But I don't get to do it as often anymore, and I usually only ever do it at work since all the tools are there and it's just more accessible. But yeah, cake decorating, super fun.
Yeah, you're such an artist. I mean, people that do YouTube genuinely have a creative brain, right? Like you're doing YouTube. Yeah, there are. Well, I don't like to put these people in the category, but like
the right side of the brain.
Exactly. We're using our creative side. We want to create stuff, and this is going to turn into here's our topic for the title of the video, Russ.
Title.
I don't count like these I'm sure there are creative ones, but like TikTokers and these kids nowadays who are doing like the lamest stuff to be a creator. And I'm like, I get it. You're a creator. You put that up. You made that. But it's right. I feel like for guys like us and, My Retro Life and Retro Rick and NES and a ton of people that are watching too and creators out there that watch, there's a difference between just like doing the bare minimum to get that TikTok fame that, that I call it cringe clout, to get that cringe clout versus guys who like you're a creative mind at heart. You're a DIY. You like to work on cars. You like to work on cakes. You like to build things. You like to write music. That's like this altogether encompassing spectrum of like you are a creative mind, really. So that's why I like hearing all your hobbies because they all revolve around like you could all just explain them all into one big lumped category of just such like
soul, and then it said that's what's so much showcased on the YouTube channel where it's just named RussLyman because it's just me. It's all the things I enjoy and do. Yep. And to take it back, like in high school, I did be a part of the AV club. I joined the AV club.
Yeah, see?
And back then, it was VHS. We were recording with 2 VHS tapes in a deck, and you had the wheel to cue it all up, and editing was. So I have some of those tapes.
Yeah.
I do want to upload.
Yeah, man.
We would do a weekly show on public access.
That is so cool, dude. I love that.
It was called Serendipity.
That's so cool.
I would have, an edited segment for that show weekly. I did. So I dressed as a pirate, and I was called Captain Art. So it was Captain Arts and Craft, and I had a plastic bird named Easel.
Wow, dude, look, you're like the SpongeBob pirate guy.
Right, yeah.
Or JonTron.
Like before this was like in 96.
Yeah.
I want to say 96, 97, probably 97. I think I was a sophomore.
Wow.
In high school. And I still have some of these tapes, and be curious to see what you guys think about it.
I'm trying to think in my mind of what you would look like. My brain's like playing what you would look like.
Well, I had longer hair too.
Okay,
and
see, yeah, my brain was trying to figure it out.
Again with the bush, Gavin, I think, had dyed his hair red. So I had a bush. The band Bush.
Wow, right on. Dude, Russ, I can't stop thinking about, I know this is kind of off topic. We only have a few minutes, but is the nowadays creative okay, how about this, with all the technology at hand, right, the phones with the simple app for, let's be honest, a lot of these, I don't have TikTok, but I've seen YouTube infiltrating my shorts with just be honest, the dumbest videos I've ever seen in my life with like the least amount of talent. I'm gonna come off wrong right here, but like the most talentless humans I've ever seen in my life, with more views than I've ever seen in my life, which is fine. I'm all for it. Like, you get the views, right on. No shame in that. But definitely talentless. Definitely talentless, And I'm like, is this all this technology and quick ability to do this, and that, like, I don't know, diminishing people's like creative mind? Because I even know creators myself who have been like, I could just do this now, and it's not really what I like. It's not as creative. It's not my forte, but I could just put this up and it'll
put the bare minimum in.
The bare minimum. Or is that just old man Riff talking?
I mean, I definitely enjoy the process of like getting that extra mile, like doing the extra B-roll shots and getting this, like, and putting it all together. And yeah, nowadays it's just like, okay, like, I watched the videos. I'm like, how long did this take to film? 3 minutes, and then just uploaded it.
I'm not knocking on shorts either. I'm gonna get heck for this. I am not knocking on shorts. I've seen so many great ones. They kill your time, kill your mind. But I guess I literally noticed it last night. I was laying in bed, and I don't have social media, so when I'm on YouTube, all of a sudden the shorts are now a big thing. So I'm like, okay, but I don't really like looking at them because it makes me feel like I'm on social media. I don't know why. It just does. I mean, I know YouTube is social media, but just these videos, man. I'm just like, what is this? It's like literally, like, it'll be like a 4-second clip of a kid just being like, and I'm like, that was the video? And it has like 6 million views. I'm like, what did I miss? What happened?
You're like, why didn't I come up with that?
Or like the kid's like, wear like this, and then like snap his fingers and he's wearing a different shirt. And I'm like, what?
I do the shirt changing in my videos. I start.
I remember back in the day on Retro Liberty, I would like hold my hand and then Ricky snapped and then the game was in my hand or something. I don't know, but that was also 10 years ago. I don't know. I know. I don't know, man. This is just old man Riff hating again. No shame on those people that get those views, but I don't know. I just feel like
but just, from us doing YouTube for so long, I think it's a lot of it's changing.
Yeah.
And we're used to like, okay, putting in all this time and effort into our videos, having that creative background, and now we're seeing the younger crowds coming up and just kind of, okay, this is the bare minimum. Yeah. This is where it's possibly going. Who knows?
Yeah. Which is totally fine if that's like where it goes for them and this not. But again, that's why you are different. Like I said earlier, you are a creative mind, because even though there's an easy way out, your brain is like, well, I still enjoy the process of doing this, and I want to look at the project at the end of the day and be proud of that project, like to show someone like, dude, check this out, like I made this. You know what I mean? I don't want to show them something where they're like, dude, my 2-year-old could have made that. You know what I mean?
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to be proud of my work. Again, every time I end up making a video, I'll get home and Steph is like, "Oh, let's watch your new video. Let's see your new video."
See?
So I'm happy, like, she wants to see the
content I'm exactly. Creating. That's that level of like, you get to walk away proud, and we get to put an effort and see the outcome of that, and the smile on someone's face is seeing it. So yeah, not the instant gratification. That's not what I'm about. But again, sorry, old man Riff and Russ going at it. Get off my lawn, kids!
Back in my day, well,
stupid YouTube videos now. That's what it feels like. But yeah.
Oh my god,
Russ, I literally have to go. That's the reason we're cutting it short today. Old man Riff.
Where are you going? Surfing. You're going. I heard you're going surfing.
Going surfing, and my whole family literally is like. I walked out there right before I hit record. And they're like, we're not going to bother you. I know you're working. Because I was editing as well for Rick. But they were like, we'll be ready at 11:30. I peeked out the window. They're all like standing there with their bags. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. They're waiting. So,
and I never
want to put YouTube above my family. So,
right, absolutely.
Yep, that was my other hobby I had on here actually, Family Man. But we didn't have time to talk about it.
The Family Man. We all know.
I'll just prove I'm a family man right now by saying I got to go hang out with my family.
There we go. Well, appreciate everyone listening, watching. Hit the thumbs up button. You got your mug? Where's your mug? You go with that.
How do you shoot
And as always, keep your world fun bit by bit.